Okay, so leaving off where my battery died yesterday. Hope you enjoyed the story about the roll of stamps. So here's what we ended up with there. I think that just came apart on me. That's cool. So now we got two different fascia opportunities. Get some acetone or something, clear that off to cut out of. So I could make a mistake here. I don't want to. But let's see about the grain. I was telling my friend Mick remembered that I made the dashboard for an old TR4A I had. And very nice about it. So I don't remember putting that in when we had that apartment. But he did. So here we go. So what grain do you like? There's that dark streak up here. I think I might want that across the bottom if I was going to do that. This one, I don't have any eyes like in that other one. I'll tell you what we're going to do. Let's see what we got here on the back side. Oh, well, let's put that back up there. That one certainly is cleaner. Oh, I have a confession. I need to confess to you. When you saw me with that manual saw, I did that for a while, and then I realized that I probably had a blade long enough on a reciprocating, and I did. So I did use that for some of that. So, okay, confession made. Let's go back over here. I'll stay on one thing at a time. So, I think I like this one better, but I don't like that really big. Look how much that left. That big rise there. That's not on, is it? No. Okay. Okay, so this is going to be. I'm going to tell you one of the main factors here is that dumb sticker. I hate those stickers. Well, don't do what I do. I think I'm going to get a belt sander and try to sand that off of there. I had another idea that I'm not going to talk about. Let's just see if we can get this calmed down a little. Whoa. Yeah, I got to at least get that. Well, I don't think I got to, but while before this gets too out of order, let's get the belt sander. Now, let's talk about this. I have decided to take the idiot lights out of this, or the warning lights, where those jewels were. Now, that means that there's a T-fitting right here on the oil sender. We're going to take that out. I don't know if I got enough to do that with, though. But these, let me get you some light down there. I'm trying to be better about lighting. See, there's a T-fitting there. One of them is the old-fashioned sender. I'm going to try to do that. I don't know how much of oil line I got there. Well, I guess we're about to find out. And I'm going to try to just get rid of the idiot light, the warning indicator light there. Now, that's that crossover tube that feeds the head extra oil. So that means I'm not going to move this around any. That up here, let's see there. I believe that I am not going to use I don't know, that alternator light might be valuable to me. So that little red light right there, that little red jewel right there, I'm going to probably use that, because I went to a lot of trouble to wire up this alternator, and I do kind of want to know when it's charging and not charging on crank up. So we're going to lose the oil one. We're going to keep the charging one, even though I have a voltmeter. So we're going to do that. And I got a lot of work to do in here. So let's get the belt sander out. I got my DeWalt shrink tube thing because I do want to clean up a bunch of this wiring. I have this clamped down with a cloth underneath it on my table saw. I got some rather aggressive 40. And I don't want my camera anywhere near this mess. Wish I had that little baggy thing there, but that's long torn up. So had this a long time. So anyway, let's see if we can get this to look a little smoother. A lot smoother, in fact. Okay, that's hot, so lay it up on its side. Well, it doesn't look like the same piece of wood, does it? That's much better. That'll make it lay down a lot better. I would say 15 minutes, maybe a little more. Okay. So now, yeah, that's much better. A little bit on the sides there, but I don't care about that. As long as it, I got a little bit right there. I think I might just hand jive that some. So yeah, that's much better. Okay. Well, let me clean this up. I don't want anything bumping it up because I want it to match up against the board that's in the center. Okay, so let me do that, and then what we're going to do next is draw this thing out and cut the outer part of it, and then test that. So, okay. So the clock is right here, and that fits pretty good into that. We're going to take that with us, but first remember that I was thinking, for corn snakes, make sure your battery stick's disconnected when you're shuffling all them wires in there. See, that hole there is real big. I don't know why, and was a hole in the middle for whatever it was. Might have been for a Triumph Herald. If you don't know what a Triumph Herald is, you're pretty lucky because they're ugly. But I like them okay. Okay. See, see, this is what I'm talking about. This right here. Okay, so, but this is our concern right now. So, I don't know, that might be as low as it goes. Okay. I was thinking I was going to bring that down some, but let me sit back like I'm driving. I don't know, I guess that's okay. So we'll keep these instruments all in one place and get your micrometer out. And then you can get everything right. It looks like I didn't have a hole saw. That one's bigger, I do remember that. That aftermarket Holley EFI is a little bigger. Okay. Alright, stuff falling everywhere. Good. Makes it more fun, doesn't it? Alright, well let's go do the outline anyway. And then you might could mark it from behind if you wanted to, but no, I think it's okay. Can't do those because I'm still thinking about this dip beam thing. I'm thinking I might do it. I don't know what I'm going to do. Maybe a little further down, but see, then you got this in the way. You got to think about where you're going to put stuff because of the metal backdash. There, what is that? Oh, that's where I had a switch of some kind at one point. Okay, well let's go cut the outside out like I've been threatening. Okay, we're going to mark everything here. I've got a pintail. I got a very a 0.5 going there. So we're going to just mark it here. We're on the back side. Okay. And I got to change the blade in that thing. I got my little mark I want on the low side, on the low, that streak right there. So we're just going to mark all this stuff and see what kind of hole saws I got. It won't hurt if you do something wrong. I see that's ignition. That's choke. Maybe I could straighten that out a little bit. So the trick here will be to just drill a hole right here and then just cut it with that. That's where my little windscreen washer button goes. think we're going to be using either one of those. Starter button, let's see, ignition, choke starter. This is windscreen wipers, the old TR6 thing here, or light switch. This is my clock. Alright, so we're going to just go through and just double mark everything. Eats up your lead, don't it? It would. Okay, we'll see what it looks like in a second. I'm going to cut it a little fatter, so I'm going to leave the lid, as they say in the trades. Okay, let's mark all this off, and I think that blade there might be a little too aggressive, so we're going to change blades on that and figure out where I'm going to cut this thing. Probably on this table, but half hanging out. You know what I mean. So I get clamps on it. Okay, I've used the heck out of that, and you got to be careful because the tips keep breaking off. So I don't know. I think I'm going to keep that on my person here. This is the one. I got one for up at the house and one for down here. All right, let's see how we did here. Well, there you go. Okay, and then we're going to cut it. Now we're going to cut on the back side because, as we know, this is your raggy joint here. So let's go find the appropriate bit and find a way to appropriately get this onto this and not hit our table saw. So it looks as good as I ever dreamed. So, okay. High beam. I can't get my mind around that. Do not want to go right here. So we got our mark on the lower side like we wanted. All right, let's go change blades on this thing. Now you gotta keep careful of this when you got it upside down, not to make a mar in it. I don't think that would stop me anyway, but I would prefer not to. Okay, let's go change that out. See that fan moving over there? That's because the wind's blowing it. It never stops here, does it? Okay, so I got a couple extra blades here. And then I found a biscuit. I did. I don't know. So I got my little test piece here we're going to cut on. I'll put that biscuit away where it belongs. This might be option 2. It depends on how long it takes to get through this stuff. I don't really mind if I burn the edges. Imagine I used to keep them all in here like in order. Funny now, huh? Coping saw blades. Like, when was the last time you used a coping saw? You get the proper bits on your Dremel. You don't need to worry about no coping saw. Okay. Alright, so let's keep those. Those are new. Not going to be using those. Alright, so these are my 4 options. Alright. And we're gonna... This is a cool thing. You just pull up on this and it changes. You don't have to sit there with a little wrench and all that stuff. So which one do you want to start with? I think I want to start with that one. So let's just keep those right there and see how this does. Now it's be twice as thick, of course, or something like that. And turn that right side up. Oh, there's... And we'll put that in there and we'll see how this does. Okay. So we got the dust blowing on. I got it set on medium plastic hardwood. It says hardwood right there on it. And we're going to give that a little test shot here. Once we get the pokey bits in. I've unplugged it a couple of times to just make sure it don't go off when I put the blade in it. Let's see how this cuts this. You know what? I think with 2 hands, that'll be about as good as I'll give that a start. If I need to change it, I'll change it. But that's a good start. Just with a little bit of pressure, it made a nice little cut. Okay, I pulled out the bigger clamps here, and let's reach our cable. Ooh, wrapped around the foot of the tripod. Not always a good idea. So let's see, am I on camera here? Yeah. So we're going to start right here. Okay, that's doing great. I'm going to try to do the tighten up on this little bump out for the steering. So I've measured the steering column, and it's that wide, trust me. So I'm going to drill a hole right here and see if that tightens that up any. There's my dead middle, so once I drill this hole, I can kind of swing up and hit that. So let me go put a driver on this and get my drill, and we'll see about getting that. So it's going to be one of these, of course, you know, whichever one it is. When you buy a hole saw, just buy a hole saw set. You'll pay a lot less for them individually, and you'll run into things like I just ran into where it's going to be kind of handy. It's like I got the good out of that one. I beat that one to pieces. All right, let's see if it works. Okay. We're almost ready for a test shot here. As you can tell, I got this cut out. I'm going to see if I can bring it in a little bit, so we'll see if that's true. This is the last cut before we test fit it. I think I want to come out at it this way if I can. I can't. I'd rather keep continuing on that line if I could. Well, we'll do it in a second. Hang on. Okay, I changed it around about 90 degrees, so now we can just finish out right here and keep our nice pretty line. Bouncing it right up in my eyes. I got my safety glasses on too. Don't leave that there. Fall over and hit something. Maybe even you. So little sanding there. Well, there's our block. Let's take you off the thing here. Tripod. All right. And see how close we got. Yeah, I can sand that out. I got that sander that Mick gave me. I'll put something a little heavier on that. And that'll be the perfect thing for a vibratory kind of a sander. All right, you're with me real time here. I'm gonna get this choke thing out of here. got my glove. He bought me. Bit me, I mean. Bought me, maybe he bought me, I don't know. Alright, so let's get all of this over here. And, okay. Now you notice this has screws and the end panels don't. Guess that's why I thought I needed that at the time. Okay, well let's find out. Together here. Together. Oh. Let's see. Well, it's yeah, I think I'm gonna have to cut some more right out from right there. Oh, I don't know. Well, let's see, I was in because I was over there on the tripod. Well, that's a start anyway. Well, let's see. We'll have a pretty good gap there. I think I did good on getting the width out here. Let's just go like at 12 o'clock there. Let's go north there some. This over here might be an issue too. That's steel right there. Yep. So let's just curl this off right here. And so we'll make a little note here. Okay, just kind of curl that off right there. Try to keep that pretty little French edge there. And we'll swear you kind of wish you had a drill press. I do have a drill press, but I don't want to use it. Let's go ahead and get the pad sander, put some 40 grit on it or something, and take off that edge right there. And I think that'll help us fit it too. Okay, we'll get a picture of this because I have a lot of interest in this even before even beforehand. So, all right, so I've got a picture of that. So I'm going to take this off. Hopefully this edge will do good. So 1, 2, 3 things to do. That looks a lot better down at the steering. It really does. Column. Looks like it's crooked, but it's not. It's because the dash sort of curves it. But this is actually rather level. So anyway, okay. I can think of all these stories to tell you, but I know it's boring, so we'll move along. This is that pad sander I was using the other day, and it's got them little teeth in it. And so the trick to this is, well, you get your sandpaper on there straight, and you're supposed to be able to. This was like a dust collection idea. And you hear it crunching. Okay, so I've been real careful with this stuff through the years. So what it's supposed to do, there's supposed to be a bag here like on the other thing I mentioned before. And then when you pop this out, leave that there because I might need more. And it's supposed to help you like pick up the dust. All right, so I think I'm going to do this with the pad sander. So let's make a little bit of a better mark here. Okay, and we're going to probably take a little bit out of here. How I'm going to do that, I'm not sure yet, and we're going to sand across the top. And I might just give it a little overall, get rid of this little flangey mess here. But not fingers, but, you know, flange, you know what I mean. Okay, we're ready to go here. I have decided to use the old Dremel here and do up in here with a big flex tool. So let's see what we got. Turn that up some. Okay, now there. some off the back because this thing's tapered. You remember it's at an angle. Okay, don't stress that cord, that flex too much. But yeah, hit that at an angle because keeps it away from the camera. Okay, so now we're going to be doing this. Okay. Across here now. Remember, for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. I thought of it first. So when you take a little bit off here, you're going to have a little bit more room over here. So when you take something off here, you're going to have a little bit more room up there. So just kind of take everything and divide it by 2 there. So we'll see how it fits in a minute. I think that relieving that steering thing is going to buy me some up there. Now this car has a dash pad on it, so it's got a lip under there. So it's kind of a pain to get it out if it catches underneath. But we've all done it before, haven't we? Okay. It's just a whole lot cheaper and easier than taking the whole car apart, right? Boy, that looks a lot better. Okay, let's use my tool here known as my bib overalls. Dickies are the best, or they used to be. They started to reduce the size of their bib pockets, bastards. All right, let's see how this does here. Well, I don't know. Okay, so if I put the shim right there, what am I hitting up here? I think I'm going to take a little bit more off up here. See how that's narrow down here? I don't think it's going to matter much. Don't take this off, and this little, see how that wing's coming down? Don't take that off till you're sure. Alright, let's see here. Alright, I'm going to take some more off right here. You're going to stick with me on this thing now, aren't you? Alright. Alright, yeah, that gap there is kind of big. I think I'm going to take just a little bit off. A little bit right here. Right here, right here, right there. Maybe this end right here a little bit more. Look at that though, it does come out easier. Okay. Alright, well that's looking pretty good. We're not going to be getting to any electrical stuff today. Nothing that big anyway. I might want to do that plumbing I spoke of earlier. We'll see. Maybe I'll do that. I don't know how long this video is at this point anyhow. But anyway, as long as it takes. It's like Jack Lemmon said in The Odd Couple. How long are you going to be? As long as it takes. Okay, I've done a little bit more sanding on it. And it ought to go in there a little easier. Yeah. Oh yeah. Now. Yeah, that's a lot better. Well, that one's hanging down a little bit, so maybe that ought to hang down a little bit so it'll look better. Dang, that's almost perfect. Okay, so what we're going to do now, yeah, I'll pull that trim off right there. I'm going to get my blue pen, my blue marker, and I'm going to mark this from behind. And KC and the Sunshine Band, oh my gosh, what did I do to deserve that? And we might just put the clock in it and go from there. But there's your base shot right there. See, it's not that hard. All right. Okay, so we've got, I hope we've got it marked. let's find out. All right. Yeah, that's a lot better. Let's see if I've got it marked. There you go. Well, that's pretty close to where it was. So let's go ahead and drill in and put the clock in. And well, that'll be our first instrument. And so if you get that one in, I'll mark the other ones, and then just to kind of make double sure that we hit these targets here. This thing here, I don't have a lot of tolerance for mistakes there. See, that's pretty much it in that hole. But this thing's not very deep either, and I am not above. Golly, I can't believe the tolerance is on that. Now see, the tachometer, it gives you a whole lot more space. So you got all kind. You can move that around. So we'll fit the speedometer first, but for now, let's fit the clock, and then we'll do that plumbing, and then we'll stop. All right, so I got my micrometer. I measured my clock, and I measured this, and I happen to have a hole saw about that, 2 1/16 or whatever it is size. So remember, once again, you can start this way, but don't finish this way, because like I said before, you'll just make a breakout there. There's not a much of rim here to mess around with. So I sort of eyeballed it down this way, and I think I'm going to be okay. I'm going to hit it a little bit on the high side in case I need to make an adjustment to get it to fit. Although I think it's just going to slip right in there. All right, well, let's find out. First instrument fitted. That honky mofo there was mighty sharp. It almost went right through it instantly. So, and it did wonder on me. So we'll see how lucky I get. Okay. Let's just see if it fits to begin with. Yeah, it fits. Okay, well let's put it in the dash and see how it fits. All right. Put that right there. Okay. And there's the clock bits right there, so we'll be able to attach it actually. Ooh, my camera's a mess. All right, I don't need these things on. Ooh, things that make you cough. Okay, well there's the first hole. Ooh, let me clean that off. That's a mess. Okay, well let's find out. Come on, left turn thing. Go somewhere else. Okay. This is going to be it for dash work today. It's just Monday, so okay, let's see if this slips in there. And there you go. I need to go around it with a Dremel a little bit, kind of relieve it. But there's your first instrument. I only went around it twice with the Dremel, and now it just sits right in there. Go flat, baby. There you go. Goes flat. I think, yeah, I got it down a little bit. I guess I could compare it to the other one, but it don't matter because we're done. Okay, so that's going to be it for this. Let's move that thing, and then we'll see what it's like. Let me get a picture of this. I don't know, I guess that could come around this way a little bit. Maybe it's like 1 millimeter too high on this side. I don't care about that. When the steering wheel's on it, you won't see it anyway. Alright, so, I think that's just dandy. Thing's going to be getting this to match the colors, but I think the amber I talked about will be fine. Alright. Well, I couldn't help it, so I decided I'd try to mark the big instrument over here. That's pretty close to where the pencil mark is. Alright, well I'm not going to cut that one today. I just don't have time, and I want to I don't want to be in a hurry. I got other stuff I can drive. If boy, I got to clean them white letters. Good God, what happens to those things? It's like something comes and jumps on and makes them dirty. Okay, so oh no. I guess I should have marked it with the clock in it. I don't know. I think I'm gonna do that. Well, hang on. So I got my ice pick and shoved it in right here, and I remarked it, and I put the clock in it. I think if I can get this going, I remarked it. Yeah, I think it's this one. It's the one closest to the. Yeah, see, you ain't got much room there. Let's get. See, you only got like that much. Yeah, I think it's this one. Boy, it's gonna be a mighty tough cut. Okay, because like I say, there's just a little bit of room for play there. Well, let's take that back. Well, once you get out to the wood depth, you got like a whole millimeter there. Where before you had nothing. I think that there's nothing there because I shoved some goo in there. That looks like, oh, my mouth full of hair. Okay, well, my hair tastes good to me, I guess. All right, we're not gonna do that today, dadgummit. We're gonna go fix that other thing. So, all right, let's go. All right, we're gonna leave this right here, and we're gonna do this plumbing up here. Get rid of this idiot light. Okay. Oh, I think I know what I need. I saw it here a minute ago. Don't you love it when you can't find anything? Because it means you're working. Okay. What do you think's going to happen there? I don't know. Looks like, oh, I got some slack there. I think I might can just go directly in. Yeah. We're just, Alright, there you go. Alright, let's see what we can do here. I'm just going to show you that it's done if I can get it done. And then you've seen people take fittings on and off. Okay, possible oil leak averted. I got the yellow tape. Yellow is for petrol, white is for water. So we're just going to pull that off. And, oops. Sorry I bumped your nose there. And that's all there is to it. So be sure and give us a thumbs up. And appreciate you spending time with me. The battery's about to go, so I'll say bye. And we'll talk about this tomorrow. I might have a little bit more time tomorrow, but I think we'll do it. We'll do it fine. So, yeah, okay. Well, I had just enough. Usually when I do something, I try to leave a little extra, a little measure for the angels. Okay, bye-bye, guys.